Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. It has been a good minute since we have uploaded a video. I'm not gonna make excuses, it is what it is. Today's video is going to be a book haul. This video has been a long time coming. We actually are redoing the intro. That's what I'm doing right now. When we had filmed the video, it was back in June, and the intro that we had filmed just no longer feels appropriate. Now since it's August, and so I decided to redo the intro. So this is me right now in the present. You're gonna see past me with my hair slightly longer. I will say that it's gonna be a long video, so definitely get some snacks and be prepared for that. Also, I do want to apologize in advance. I don't know a lot of what my books are about personally, simply because I tend to buy books based on cover and not really on what it's about. I know I probably shouldn't do that, but that's just who I am. So I did want to let you guys in on that, but I hope you guys enjoy this video and we're going to go ahead and get started. Being said, we are now going to start on our haul, and it is a big one, so grab your snacks, grab your sodas, which is part of a snack, so I don't even know why I said that, but we're gonna just get into it. Do you want to start first?
I'll start first.
Okay.
All right, so we were going to do a Golden Girls readathon in June before more serious things occurred and we decided to take a break from everything. So because of that, I got Clive Cussler's Inca Gold. It's from the Dirk Pitt books. You may not have heard of them, but your dad probably has. My dad owns every single Clive Cussler book in first edition.
Really?
Yes. He's huge into them. I have this and one that's Mediterranean Caper that I think's the first. I read like 3 when I was a kid, and I was like, one of the things was something with gold in the name. My mind instantly went to this. No clue. Hopefully it's gonna age well. Not really sure. Always worried when white people write about indigenous people or any people of color, to be honest. So we'll see how that goes. All right. I only have one of these, but I've read 2 of them. These are from the Bromance Book Club series. I got one for my mom, and I ended up getting another one. So technically I have read 2 recently, so I just have one with me. The other one's with my mom. This is the second one. So basically the point of it is it's about a book club that does romance. It's all guys, and what they do is they use it to solve marriages and help the guys understand what they're doing wrong, that they are toxic masculinity, how they're closed off, how they need to be showing how they feel and not just saying the same lines again and again. But they're hilarious books too. They're very funny. They're very witty. Loved them, laughed, loved the Russian hockey player, love them all. They're great.
Hey, who's the author?
Oh yeah, Lyssa Kay Adams is going to be the author, and the 3rd book is out in October. I can't wait. It stinks I have to wait because I got to spoil myself with 2 and then I have to wait. It stinks. All right, a little late getting to it, but Gods of Jade and Shadow. This is by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. It was a huge deal when it came out. It was a Book of the Month book, I think, way back, though that's not how we got it. But it was a book that did really well and would have been, from what I can tell, top of the, well, maybe not top, but on the New York bestselling list of one for the fact they, like the month before, stopped counting Book of the Month, which sells a sale, so they should have, but it's really cool. What it's about is it's during the Jazz Age, and it's about a young woman and a Mayan death god embarking on a journey together. And it's just a really cool, different story. I love the Mayan folklore, mythology put into it. I love the, as you said, different voices we want to get into. That was something that was, you don't get to see a lot of here. So like anytime you get a chance to get those books, to get those kind of voices, it brought me similar to Library of Legends first brought in Chinese folklore, getting these fantasy books that are reaching not from the same Greek standpoints, but reaching out and really getting beyond the Western world and getting much more diverse voices, which brings it a lot more interesting and a lot less predictability. That's one of the great things about having a diverse set of writers is you don't have to be stuck in the same thing, the same tropes. And then I am subverting the tropes to a whole new environment. It's fresh, and I look forward to reading this book tremendously. This author will be seen again in this video. I'm covering up where I got it from, but I got the complete collection of Black Panther by Reginald Hudlin. I want to make sure I pronounce that right. So he is a writer who's written for Hollywood, but he did a very storied run on the Black Panther. It is one of my favorite Black Panther stories, including where he's in New Orleans with Blade and Luke Cage fighting vampires. And it's crazy and it's great. It has a great thing to say because it takes place in Louisiana, New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina. And they don't do that just as a plot point, but they have something to say about what's going on there and that there's a statement there. And the whole run is beautiful though. I loved it. I love him and Storm. They're Black Panther and Storm. They're an amazing couple. I'd say I ship them, but they're already married, though they kind of are on again, off again because...
Wow, spoilers.
Spoilers for something that happened like 15 years ago. They're married. Collection I got was The Unstoppable Wasp by Jeremy Whitley. Love these. This series is the Girl Power collection. It is wonderful. I saw it on sale, as you saw, and I had to get it. I have the newer run he did, but this is the old one. And this is actually not the Wasp from the movies. This is Hank Pym's daughter from his first wife, who was a Russian woman who was kidnapped from him. Complicated comic stuff. Point being, it's a different voice. She's a really interesting character. What they've done is really explore her mental health in terms of she's bipolar and how that affects her. And they've done a great job of really digging deep into that and how it affects the people around her. But it's also just a very positive girl power story. She literally in the next arc starts a lab called Girl, Agents of Girl, and that they just do science, and it's about focusing on women. And at the end of every issue, they would literally have an interview with an actual female scientist, mathematician, and really focus on that. And I love them. They're funny. They are just joy. Unless they're doing the serious stuff, they're just joy melted in. I love the character. I can't wait to see her brought to life on TV, movies, whatever Disney does with her, because she will be phenomenal. Next one we have is Catwoman. This one is actually, as you see, a Sarah J. Maas. Of course, from Throne of Glass, and frankly, like a bajillion different series, because she's super famous and somehow so prolific, it's scary. She puts out so much work, it's incredible. But anyways, I saw she had written a Catwoman book. I love Catwoman. I think she's a great character.
As we all do, I would think.
She's one of our personal favorites, though. We've read every issue of hers going back to New 52. I have.
I haven't read
You haven't read every one.
But that's because I have my moments where I will read comics and then it can be 2 months to a year where I'll be like, I'm not reading a comic.
And then she binges them again. And she does it in a binge fashion. And she never follows a series. She just goes to the library, grabs things off the shelf randomly.
That's true.
She's a girl that loves her miniseries.
I do.
Something quick and easy. 2 years after Selena Kyle, Catwoman, escapes the Gotham City slums, she returns to do some more jobs. She's there with Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn. Those two are a great relationship. I don't know if we'll see it, but I do love those two together in the comics. Very positive and supportive, which I love. They always have each other's backs, and they don't ever try to force the other to change. But I really love that. I look forward to seeing them regardless. And here, I'm curious what Sarah J. Maas is going to do with this. But anyways, they're back in the town doing jobs. And it's not Batman chasing them. It's actually going to be Batwing, who is Luke Fox. If you remember the movies, Morgan Freeman's character, that's his son. And so basically, this is like a Batman with a whole lot more gear. He can fly. This is like the Iron Man version of Batman almost. So it'll be really cool to see how that's also written. I have been looking forward to reading this, so I can't wait. Last but not least, I have The Vanishing Half, which is by Britt Bennett. This was the last book of the month book I'll be getting. I'm really glad I got it. It's been actually really hard to get a physical copy of. It's been selling out like crazy at the bookstore I work out of. So I'm really glad.
You get a workout.
I do. Unloading truck. If you're wondering what it is, it's unloading totes full of books. They're heavy. They're really heavy.
Hello, Maple.
So The Vanishing Half, it's a great book. It's about two twins who are very light-skinned, and one they leave their hometown. One returns to their hometown, which is obsessed with shades of color and being as light as possible. But she lives basically a life, though, as a black woman. The other one, though, moves away, marries a white man, and pretends to be white. And she never really deals with that and instead hides her past. So this is about how their lives diverge, one living this one life as a white woman, one living that life as a black woman, and how their lives are different and eventually, I assume, come together. I've started this book, but I've not been able to finish it because of, honestly, library books keep getting in the way. But I'm looking forward to really sitting down, getting into it completely and finishing it. It did wrap me in pretty quick reading it. It was, sometimes you just have a writer who you just sync with that style, and I'm feeling that with Brit Bennett. And I just, even though nothing was happening yet, it was a lot of exposition, I was in there. She was building a world in this town, and I was happy to learn more about it. So that'll be my last book. Now over to my beautiful, wonderful wife.
Yay, it's my turn, and you guys are gonna hate me because I don't actually know anything about the books that I will be showing you. I just picked them up based on cover. I'm sure that at some point I read what they were about, but I hold no memory of it. So this is gonna be fun, guys. Okay, I'm gonna start off with my book of the month books that I had gotten for what month are we in? June?
Yes.
Yes, we are still in June. For June, I actually got 2 books because I had a credit from when he signed up, so I got to go ahead and just pick my 2 books. I'm honestly glad that I used up my extra credit. My extra credit there to get another book. But they are A Burning by Megha Majumdar. I hope I'm saying that right, but this is what it looks like. 2 seconds and I'm gonna pop in here letting you guys know what this is about. But A Burning is about a Muslim girl that is trying to move up in life but is accused of a terrorist attack on a train because of something that she posted on Facebook, and so now she is going through that process of her life being changed by that comment and what happens afterwards. Next up from Book of the Month is Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. At least I hope I'm saying that last name correctly. And again, I have no idea. I'm so sorry, guys. I will try to be better for more book hauls to actually know what the book's about.
In all fairness, her book haul this time is about triple my list. So it's a lot of books.
It really is, guys. It really is. Oh, okay. So Maggie Holt is the protagonist of this. And there's a story to her that made her family famous. Wow, that's me giving you a terrible overview of what this is going to be about. But I'm seeing House of Horrors, so I'm going to assume that it's Ghost. We're going to deal with Ghost. This is a thick one too, though. The next book is The June Boys by Court Stevens. This was my book of the month for June. Every month I have decided for this year that I'm just going to pick one particular book, and that will be my main book for the month. I will read other books if I finish that one and if I'm in the mood for it, but this is kind of something that I did this year to sort of avoid book burnout, because I will have times where I will read a lot of books and then just completely burn out and not read anything for months, and then just pick back up. And I didn't really want to do that this year. I wanted to really go through my collection and read a lot of the books that I have, and so I feel like that has been working for me. Hopefully I didn't just jinx myself in that. But anyway, The June Boys is about someone called the Gemini Thief. What the Gemini Thief does is they kidnap a group of boys, normally it's 3 boys, on the 1st of June, and then releases them the last day of June the following year. This involves the protagonist Thea de la Cruz, at least that's how I'm going to pronounce her last name. She believes that her cousin is one of the June Boys, and she is out on a mission to find out where he is, being that she believes that he is one of the boys, where he is, and try to figure out who the Gemini Thief is. And it's really a gripping story. It made me cry at the very end. Yeah, it made me cry at the very end. I don't think I expected it. I know he didn't. Like, he saw me crying and was like, what just happened? It's a book that will really get you at the end. And yeah. This next one is The Opposite of Always by Justin A. Reynolds. This is what it looks like. I believe that this is a newer release.
Mm-hmm.
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't think it was this year. I think it was last year. But this is what it looks like. Basically, it's about Jack and Kate. Is it Katie or Kat? It's Kate.
Kate.
I'm gonna say it's or Kate. Or Kate. They meet at a party. They bond. They get along great, and she dies. And basically what's super weird about this is that I believe that it's like the next day is it that the next day he sees her again? The moment they met? Yep. So the next day he sees her again back to where they met. And he's not sure if he's going crazy, what's going on. But there is a chance to prevent Kate's death, and he's working towards that in this book. So it's another thick one. So I can't wait to see how this turns out. Okay. This next one I already have, but I saw this on clearance, and it's a hardcover, and I love hardcovers. You do not.
I don't hate hardcovers. I prefer mass market paperbacks. They fit in your pocket.
That's why you have a Kindle now, though.
Yes, but then I have to
And
give money to
don't come
Amazon.
at me for saying Kindle, okay? We are allowed to have Kindles. We are allowed to experience the joy of a book via Kindle. We're all grown-ups here. Let's just embrace the technology.
It's convenient. It is convenient when you're traveling. But I will always prefer my cheap paperback.
I can't take that from you. But anyways, back to what I was going to say. I already have this one in paperback, but I saw it in hardcover on clearance, so I had to get it. I purchased this at Half Price Books, and it is the Illuminae Files 01 by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. And this is what the cover looks like. I love the cover. I mean, it's the same cover as the paperback, but like, I love this look. No idea what this is about. I think that it is, okay, it's set in the future, and we've got warships. And we've got two people named Katie and Ezra. And that's all I'm gonna say because I really don't know. It's another thick one. I don't know what it is about me and thick books lately, but apparently that's what I'm going for. But I do like, if you notice the pages, it's different colored pages. Well, it should be different colored, yeah. So different, and then some of these, oh no. Oh, what if this ends up being like House of Leaves? With everything
A
jumping.
little bit, but I loved House of Leaves.
I didn't, so I'm a little nervous now. But yeah, just wanted to quickly mention that one. You guys, we are not even at the halfway point for my books, to be honest. Next one on my list is Blackfish City by Sam J. Miller. Honestly, I think I read at some point what this book was about. I have totally forgotten. I purchased it more because of the cover. This neon lights just brought me in, especially this particular neon lighting color, because I love teal and tealish colors, and so that's really what draws me in here. But yeah, I don't know what it's about. I can't wait to read it and review it, and there we go. I'm going to try and go through this as fast as possible because I have a lot. Okay, next up is Warcross by
Marie Lu.
Marie Lu. This is another one that I bought at Half Price Books. I don't remember why I purchased this. I think it's because it's related to games and gameplay, player, hunter, hacker, pawn. That is why. Anything that's like video game related in terms of story, I'm more drawn to because I love to play video games, so I like to kind of read those stories. Yes. I can't wait. Okay, so this is Unwind by Neil
Shusterman, I think.
Shusterman. I read this when I was younger. I read this in high school is when I would have read this, and I absolutely loved this book. I don't remember a lot of details about this book. What I do remember is it was about a group of teenagers, and I remember there was like an iPod reference in there, so yeah, that's what I remember from it. But I remember that it had to do with like people being able to remove body parts and attach them to other people, and I remember the Tithe kids. I remember that, and I remember what happens to him. But anyways, all this to say that this is a good storyline. I don't see a lot of these books really. This is another one that I purchased at Half Price Books because I had my copy and I gave it to someone who was wanting to like read books, and I thought that that would be a good one for them. So I can't wait to reread this and then read the second one, which I think I have here somewhere, and have a discussion about it. But one of my favorite books, I just had to repurchase it. I think I repurchased it like 3 different times but somehow I've lost it.
Probably, because I'm pretty sure she's purchased it before this since we've been together.
Yeah. Okay, next up is Need to Know by Karen Cleveland. I have no idea. Honestly, when I tell you that I buy books because of covers, I'm not joking. I buy books because of covers. And they say you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but I kind of do. And like, I mean, like, I'll go through and I'll read what the story is about, and if I like it, I'll buy it if I can. But if I see the cover, I'm more likely to buy it because of the cover than the actual content. The next one is Halo Battleborn by Cassandra Rose. I don't know if it's Cassandra Rose something, like if there's, no, it's just Cassandra Rose. This is technically YA, but I purchased it because it's Halo, and anything that's Halo I'm gonna buy and read. But this is, let's see. Oh, high school kids, because it's, of course, YA. So this relates to high school kids. I have no idea what's gonna happen, but I can't wait to read this. I don't even think I bought this on sale. I bought that like at half prices, full price. Okay, this next one I love. This is All Murders Final, a Sarah Winston garage sale mystery by Sherry Harris. I read this month. He got it for me from the bookstore that he works at, and I absolutely loved this book. I can't wait to gather the rest of the books in the series. Basically, it's related to Sarah Winston. What happens in this book is that she is supposed to buy this tablecloth from a lady. When she meets up with the lady is dead in her car, and it's going through the discovery of who the killer is. And also, like, she keeps getting like these they're not text messages, but it's sort of like Snapchat, where she keeps getting these little messages that pop up and then disappear, which is why it reminded me of Snapchat on a different app. And they're very like cryptic messages that she's getting. It's like the first photo is of her standing next to the dead woman's car, and then from there the photos just kind of get creepier and creepier as time goes on. It's really like a good book to have some tea, get laid back, like have a laid back vibe, and just dig into this book. It was a great book. I liked it.
One of my better purchases. I always buy her a book every weekend or something from the bookstore I work at. I saw garage sales and mysteries. She loves both these things, and I was like, yes.
That's true. I mean, we run a flea market, so
yeah.
it's like right up my alley too. Okay, this next one is The Last Witness. I don't even remember buying. Oh, because it said Three Never Came Back. Okay, it's The Last Witness by Claire McFall. I'm going to say that I bought this because it says 3 never came back, 2 survived, 1 knows the truth. So kind of like Lucy Folly. So kind of like in that vibe, which is why I purchased this. All right, I feel like I'm missing a Dishonored book. I don't know where it is.
I don't know.
But I'm missing one. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and show you 2 books in one because it's by the same thing. They are Dishonored. I am missing one of my 3 books because I know there was 3 here. I don't know where it is, but it's based on the Dishonored video game series. I don't know if you can really see the covers. The light kind of blocks them. I honestly don't know what the backgrounds are for these, but I just know that it takes place in the Dishonored universe, so I picked them up because I always liked, like, if there's stories about the video games that I like, I will try to buy them and read them because that gives me more background into characters, more exploration of the universe, bigger expansion on things that maybe we all have questions about or didn't know about that kind of fits in the gaps for the video games. Oh, and are they by the same author? Yeah, by Adam Christopher.
And so is the 3rd one.
Yes, and so is the 3rd one. Okay, this next one, I don't know how to pronounce it. Scythe. And this is also by Neil Shusterman, who is the writer of the Unwind series. I don't know what this is about. I bought it, yes, for the cover, but mainly because it is by Neil Shusterman, and he wrote Unwinds, and I loved that, so I thought I would give this a try and see what this book is about. Okay, the next one I purchased is another Ruth Ware one. It is The Death of Mrs. Westaway. And I purchased this one because we read In a Dark Woods. We still have to film our discussion of that. That will be coming at some point. But I liked that book, so I thought I would give another one of her books a try. I actually do have The Woman in Cabin 10. I'm pretty for sure I do. It's somewhere here. But I haven't had a chance to read that one yet. But that's why I purchased this one.
Woman in Cabin 10, right here. We're gonna do it? Alright.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Why not? Okay, this next one I did not buy. He bought it for me.
Can I explain why?
Yes.
Alright, so as I said, I always buy her usually a book, sometimes like a pillow or a knick-knack type item, a cup, from the bookstore I work at, just as a gift. Kind of I'm sorry I had to leave for the weekend to work because it's my second job, so I try to get her something to look forward to. One of the jokes we had was, there's a lot of romances and there's a wide variety of them, but we could not find really too many Latinx romances. So when I found one, you can see where we're going, I had to get it. And it is a full romance. It is not a tasteful rom-com. It is a hot and sweaty one. It has, what is this? The Texas Navy SEALs.
This is book number 1. We had to jump into this because our dog and cat started to hiss at each other. Well, he started to hiss at her. Maple. But anyways, yes, this is A Seal Never Quits by Holly Costello. And yeah, it's very cheesy. I'm not going to lie. I'm only on page 56. Normally I like my side books. I tend to read at a good pace, like at a really good pace. This
Couple
one
of days.
is, yeah, this one is taking me some time because it's just, I don't know how to feel it. Like, I really like the steal aspects because there is a bit of a suspense there for it, but like it's just already overly cheesy within the first few, hey Maple, okay, within the first few pages, and it's just like, why? Okay, this next one is by Angie Thomas. It is The Hate You Give. This is a book that's honestly for the both of us. We picked this up because we wanted to support, Black authors, especially in this time going on right now. We just wanted to really expand our reading and expand on the authors that we have in our bookshelves. Okay, we're almost through this, guys. We're almost through this. This next one is by Ted Dekker. It is The 49th Mystic. I guess it's part of the Beyond the Circle series. I've read Ted Dekker before. I liked the one book that I've read of his. I know that he has Spanish translations for some of his books because I've given them to my mom, but I haven't read one in forever. I thought I would give this a chance, especially since it was on bargain. And we'll see how this goes. I don't know anything about this book, as with all my other purchases, but yeah, we'll see.
We have a theme. It's a consistent theme, and that should be respected.
The next one is by Sarah J. Oh, it's another
Moss.
Sarah J. Moss.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is Crescent City. Again, this is for the both of us. Honestly, I don't know if I'm going to end up reading this now that I've read what it's about. I don't know.
But she's not a big fan of books with demons and stuff in them. I don't
Not
mind
really.
as much generally, as long as it's not overly pro-demon in a weird way. I'm fine with like tiefling protagonists and things like that. I don't need them to be always human, but obviously it depends how you depict them. If you went super evil demon pro, it'd probably get a little weird.
Yeah.
But
It honestly depends for me. I'm not very inclined to read books like that, so we'll see how this goes. But I know that a lot of people were like raving about it, so who knows. Okay, last to our final 2 books. This one is by Susan Collins. It is The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Basically, this is the prequel to The Hunger Games. This is more representative of what's his name?
Snow.
I knew it was Snow, but Snow...
Not Jon Snow.
Snow Sir?
Coriolanus.
Okay. Anyways, This is the prequel to The Hunger Games, and it is another. Wow, I really do have a lot of YA. But this one book is for the both of us. We're both going to be reading this book, so I'm going to see how this works. I know that it came out not too long ago, and that everybody else has probably already read it and talked about it and reviewed it, but yeah, that's just where we're at. Have you seen our bookshelf?
We're a little, I think the fact that other people already, we knew we were going to do it, we're a little less incentivized to rush to it, because everyone else already probably hit it the day of. People have advanced copies and they just bought it, took the day off, read it. We love the Hunger Game books when they came out. Haven't seen the movies, haven't touched the book since. May do a reread at some point. We both read the third book in a day. That was before we were together. It just so happens we both read the third book in a day. We both loved it.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens there.
Okay, the final book for this book haul is Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia. It is the author of the book that he presented earlier, Gods of Jade and Shadow. Once again, I don't remember what this one's about, but I am super excited to have a Latinx author in my bookshelf, in our bookshelves. Excited to be reading that. So once I know more, we will be doing reviews. And yeah, that's the last book that I have for you guys. Hoping that it doesn't fall. Oh my goodness. Honestly, I'm really surprised that it didn't fall while filming, because it was a pretty big stack. It was a pretty big haul, to be honest. And I believe that we will just probably have another big haul eventually at some point. But yeah, that's our book haul. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye guys. Child of mine? This little child of mine?
I love you.
I love
I'm
you.
glad we do this together.
Me too. I miss this.
I do too.